We're all ready. Welcome, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to start off with the prayer with Vice President Lesher, and then we're going to end with the presentation of the flag. You can stand, please.
Gracious God, we give you thanks for the spring as it fully bursts forth on the eastern shore. Grant a good planting season to those who till the soil of Talbot County, and abundant and sustainable catches for our watermen. We ask for the safety and well-being of all in our county workforce, and particularly for those who maintain our roads, inspect new construction, patrol our neighborhoods, guard the incarcerated, and respond to those in medical distress. Give those who supervise them the wisdom to lead, and grant us on the council the wisdom to govern with justice and civility in your most holy name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Mr. Lesher, I appreciate that. Good job. Well, appreciate everybody being here tonight. We got some special guests and special people here tonight that's helped us out. So let's start off on the agenda. Council has the agenda of May 10th before them. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda?
Yes,
Yeah.
I need to amend the agenda. I make a motion to amend the agenda to delete item
7.
under, where is it? 7.
Number 7, yep.
The update and request by the Midshore Behavioral Health Incorporated, Catherine Dilly will not be able to be with us tonight, and we will reschedule that.
Okay, sounds good. So, do I have
I'll second.
Motion is second, Madam Secretary, could you call the vote, please?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. DeVillio?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Price?
Aye.
Okay, great. All right, next on the agenda, we have the minutes of April 12th and April 19th. Council's had a chance to review the minutes. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections to the minutes? Okay, so hearing none, the chair moves that the minutes be accepted as unanimous consent. Okay, next is the district disbursements of May 10th. Council's had a chance to review them. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections to the disbursements? Okay, hearing none, the chair moves that the disbursements be accepted by unanimous consent. Okay, thank you, council. Okay, next up, we've got a presentation of the certificate of recognition. Where's Brian? Brian, you want to bring your whole team up? That'd be great. Yep, you can right there at the table there. Remember, introduce yourself and introduce your team and help them understand a little bit what happened with the fire. This is about the fire that happened at the courthouse.
Can I
Yeah.
jump in there,
Yeah, yes,
Council
sir.
President?
Yes, sir.
And then, of course, we do want them to introduce themselves. But
Yes.
thank you for inviting them in this evening
Yes.
and offering them to recognize them for their work.
Mm-hmm.
But in December, of course, Council, we had a fire in the north wing of the courthouse. And it was just, and I know Judge Keogh's here, Kathy's here, and I think Patty Campion's here as well. And of course, the fire affected their area, the courthouse, but had it not been for the work of these gentlemen that you have before you, not only would the cost have been a lot greater, but we would have had a very difficult time getting back in a healthy building.
Right.
I just want to say that we have, and I know Brian, he asked me 4 times, do I really have to be there? Because he just likes to get the work done.
Yeah.
But he cut his vacation short and
did.
came back from Florida, and we made a phone call to Matt Odachowski, the owner of World Plus, and these gentlemen here within hours. Had multiple people here, 14, 15 different people, vehicles, tractor trailer, equipment that they immediately fired up, began mold abatement and everything else. It was just an amazing sight to see, And I just wanted to share those thoughts with you as they introduce themselves,
Mhm.
and you all recognize them. So, Brian, if you would just go down the line here, introducing yourselves, please.
I think Clay pretty much summed it up. Ron, more facilities maintenance. Cody, if you'd like to round down.
My name's Cody. Thanks for having us, everybody.
Yep.
I'm the estimator. I'm the guy that deals with the insurance and the trust.
My name's Joe Duncan, family's from Talbot County. I ran I'm the guy in the background buying materials, getting things squared away, bringing forces in and everything, while he does the heavy lifting.
I got you. That's good.
My name's Jason Ortt. I was the boots on the ground. I was here pretty much every day
Mhm.
since December
That's great.
19th at 1
That's
o'clock
great.
when I got the phone call from
Yes,
Matt
sir.
Oduchowski, and I think we were on site at 2:05.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it was a pleasure working with Brian and his staff and Patty and Kathy. They were amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody's been amazing. You guys been accepting, and we were glad we could help you out in
Mhm.
trying times.
Right. That's
And
great.
that middle gentleman, he did, his voice was a little low. He said he was a Duncan from Oxford. So he might
I
know,
thought
he
I
might
heard
know
that.
one of the Duncans that you sit up
I
here.
thought I heard that. Yes, yes. That's good.
I don't know, Mr. President, if you want to ask the judge or Kathy or Patty if they want to say anything or not.
Yeah,
They-
I'd like for him to come up. That'd be great. Judge, would you like to come on up? Kathy? Patty and Kathy, will you come on up? That'd be great. Yes. Counsel, would you like to?
You want to just share?
Go ahead. Yep.
Do you need him at the microphone so that the video can pick it up?
Well, it really was in the other wing of the building from where we are, but without the help of Royal Plus and the hard work of Brian, court operations would have been greatly disrupted, and we were able to get together to make sure that court operations went as smoothly as possible. There were some hiccups because computers were shut down, and we really when we first got into this process, there were some time estimates on how long it would take to be back to full operation. And we could throw them out the window because they worked so efficiently. By the time we got back from Christmas break, we were functionally operational to the
Great.
public, which is a
Great.
tremendous, tremendous service.
Right.
But the people who really did a lot of heavy lifting were Patty Campen and Kathy Duvall, and I'll turn it over to them.
I'm sure Patty can remember, and Judge probably can too, that day, that Sunday afternoon before Christmas, we all got this phone call or a text, or I think I got a message from Brian about the fire. And when we got here that day and saw the water and the devastation, it was like, this is just, obviously it was a disaster, but when Royal Plus came in and they were here right away, and they took care of so much quickly and got us up and running quickly. And Brian was just on top of everything, and just they've been a great team to work with. We were lucky; we thought we had a place to go with the judge. They were able to help squeeze us in upstairs in ours, so we really didn't have a ton of disruption other than what you would expect. But what a great team to work with! They have been amazing and helpful, and I commend all of those gentlemen standing there. They've been a godsend to us and to my office.
Just one aside, the administrative office of the court was just amazed at how well
we have to recognize
the county government responded and how well the county government worked on this and how quickly the county government got everything back into operation.
That's great. That's great.
Very thankful.
Well, I'll just echo what everyone has been saying, but that was indeed a fateful day when we came in. I think I saw you with your wellies on, and I thought, oh no, this is not good. So walking in the courthouse, and the haze of smoke still hanging in the air, and I have to say it looked like Hades walking in. And then, this is where we spend our lives. We spend over 8 hours a day here, 5 days a week, and it's like a second home. And I can't tell you the emotional part of it. When I walked in, it was devastating, and then you get into salvage mode and start thinking about what you need to do, and it was very traumatic, I'll say that, you know, trying to figure out how to go into repair mode. You know, in my case, it was the wills of living people. They are the only things in there that haven't been scanned. And of course, we had water rising, and I had no idea how high the water was going to rise, whether it was going to reach my wills or not. So we had a lot going on. And these guys showed up 2 o'clock, and so started working, and I think we had been shoveling water out the door, trying to get it out of the building.
I did
She
say
guys
to her
came in.
husband, Judge Campion, he
He had
had
a
one
broom.
skeegee and
He
I
did.
had the other. I said, did you ever think that you'd be pushing water out of here in all the years you worked in the courthouse?
But I have to say, the next morning when I came in, you guys had all the water out. The carpet had been ripped out. It was, you know, I was amazed at the transformation just overnight, and it didn't stop there. It just kept going on. You were so well organized. You helped us be able to function and serve the citizens of Talbot County. We were able to continue, and that was, you know, a godsend for us. Brian, you spearheaded everything. We certainly appreciate that. And Clay, you're bringing everybody together in the meetings, kept us all on track, and, you know, the ship sailing through troubled waters, literally.
Just
So-
one more thing, the deputies that run the courthouse here were phenomenal. They were working weekends, stayed
Yes.
late, and they were a big help. I've got to know them and phone numbers, and hey, we're gonna be working late, or I need you there Saturday or
Right.
Sunday, and they were
Yeah.
here, so they,
That's great.
my hat's off to you guys.
That's
too.
great.
And we were also grateful to be able to use this courtroom for our orphans court, so that kept going. And also, you were kind enough to let us use the conference room so we could meet with families. So it all worked together. We all had to adapt, but it worked.
That's
So
great. That's great.
thanks
Miss-
to
Miss-
everyone here.
Yeah.
So.
Ms. Price?
It's amazing. We talk a lot about teamwork and volunteers and all of that here in this county, and here's just one more example. Not that it, you know, it's a volunteer thing, but you know, you all obviously came down immediately on Sunday, and you know, were also instrumental in knowing what needed to get organized. And so I feel like everybody gets a medal. I mean, I really feel like everybody should get a commendation for being so accommodating and getting the work done. I remember going on the tour, you know, I guess it was Clay took Pete and myself through, I don't know, a couple weeks, I don't know, it was a week or two or so later, and it was just, you know, and I didn't see it that day, but even seeing it then, it was devastating. So I can't imagine. You're right. It's like a second home, and without people, you know, incredible companies that you can hire that know how important it is to salvage and get that stuff done, get up and working. You have an amazing organization, and we're very, very grateful for that. And, you know, Brian just had to get the work done. And, you know, thank you for cutting your vacation short. And yeah, you're gonna let me hand you something here in a minute. You've always done an amazing job, you know, as the building's maintenance, but I'm pretty sure you didn't expect this one. So thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ms. Price. Mr. DeVillio? Yeah.
I really want to extend my thank you to Royal Plus for responding so quickly with the equipment to get everything dried out. Brian, if there was an unsung hero award in Talbot County, you certainly deserve that out of county government. The amount of work that you do, the amount of work money that you save this county, nobody will ever be able to put a dollar amount on. And just as they mentioned, getting us back up and running, even in a different area, is a huge debt of gratitude that we owe to you. I would like to go on much longer, but I know that you do want to get out of here quickly. Because I feel that. But no, I truly do want you to know how valuable you are, even if you don't get the recognition that you regularly should get. It is seen and appreciated.
Thank you, Mr. DeVillio. Mr. Lesher?
I witnessed the damage with Mr. Stamp before the last fire truck left the scene, and it was pretty appalling. You know, while it's clear that had it not been for the sprinklers, we might not have saved the building, but because we did have the sprinklers, we had a monumental cleanup task, and your quick action made incredibly efficient work of it. So we owe you a great deal of thanks and recognition for a job well done. Thank you so much for making this recovery so fast and just possible.
Right. Just like my colleague said, everybody had a part in it. What a phenomenal team you guys did. Royal Plus, top notch. We really appreciate everything. We really, really do. Response was phenomenal. And Brian, the only thing I would ask you to do is please smile. This is your time. Please, okay? So, you know, we love all you guys. Everybody pitched in. What a great team. We all made it through it. So we've got some recognition here for you guys. So if we all could come up here and take a couple pictures, I'd appreciate it. Kathy and Patty.
Joe.
Cody has that. Yep. Thank you. And then bunch together. Best you can, but yeah, there we go. That's a great one. Good. Thank you, guys.
You're not gonna get rid of that quick. No, you're gonna see me. Look at it.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, what a pleasure that was, and a great team, that's for sure. Okay, next up, we got another special certificate of recognition of corporate Pierre and Terry. Would you guys come on up? Be great. Madam Secretary, I forgot this on the last one. Would you read the certificate into the record, please?
For Mr. Latu.
Yes, please.
Certificate of recognition to Corporal Pierre 2, in recognition of your hard work, dedication, and commitment to excellence on behalf of the Talbot County Department of Corrections. We, the County Council of Talbot County, do hereby bestow upon you as a token of the esteem and gratitude of Talbot County the certificate of recognition in commemoration of your positive contributions to Talbot County and for having been chosen as the Talbot County Department of Corrections Officer of the Year for 2021 on this 10th day of May, 2022.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Is there a motion and second to approve?
Moved.
Second?
Motion and second, Madam Secretary. Could you call the vote, please?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. DeVillio?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Price?
Aye.
Okay. It's all up to you now. How you doing?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Members of the council. I introduce Corporal Pierre 2 to you. He is our Employee of the Year, but not only is our Employee of the Year, but he is one of the chief multipliers of the Department of Corrections. His work, both behind the walls and in the community, are all to be commended. Corporal 2 has long had a sense of empathy. He has the size, but he has the empathy that when he approaches any scenario, people listen.
Right.
And if they first listen because they see size, they then hear what it is that he is saying. Mm-hmm. And what he says is a combination of setting people straight, young people. He works extraordinarily well with young people in the community and has long worked with them in the community. He's a resident of Easton and is a member of the Department of Corrections that is preceded by the term Talbot County. Mm-hmm. It's Talbot County's correctional system that is manifested as the Department of Corrections. Corporal 2 is the Talbot County Department of Corrections, inside and outside. And I want to give him the opportunity to say a few words, thank a few people that are here to see him tonight. And you can see all his colleagues in the back of the room that are here, because that is the type of command respect that he has from both his peers, subordinates, managers, and the entire inmate population of the Department of Corrections. Corporal 2.
Thank you, Director Kukolis. I just want to thank God first. That's why I'm in this position. Thank you, Director Kukolis, Deputy Director Tyler, Captain Hughes, Captain Green, my support staff, everybody back there. I wouldn't be in this position without them. My last but not least, my family.
Great.
My mom, my sister, girlfriend, my older brother.
That's good.
With them, it's a constant. In this type of job, you need support, and
right.
I get it on a daily basis. I can actually say I'm one of those officers that I leave work at work. So I'm just thankful for the award, and I appreciate it.
That sounds great. That sounds great. Ms. Price.
We just had your department in, I guess, last week or the week before, and people don't realize how important it is and what a impact that you all have on, the inmates that are there. And by setting an example, and clearly you have set an amazing example, hopefully when the people leave, that they take some of that with them. And we are very grateful for the attitude and the service that you have to Talbot County, and it will leave the door with the people that you touch while you're there.
Thank you, Ms. Price. Mr. D'Avilla.
So I would like to thank you for the work that you've done in the Department of Corrections as well as outside of it. Could you, just for a brief second, give us a little bit of information about HOYAS?
It's a acronym. HOYAS is an acronym for Helping Our Youth Achieve Success. We're transplants from Washington D.C. and we moved to the Eastern Shore. Me, my older brother is in the back, and then another one of our brothers, and we based it out of Chestertown, and it's just helping youth. We've seen a need in Chestertown. It's nothing to do, so it's kids that was constantly getting in trouble. We coach football, but that wasn't enough, so we end up doing, it's a mentorship program, and we kind of hooked them with basketball to trap them, and then that's when the community service came in, and we check on them at school, and it's a lifetime bond. Like, we have kids that's in college that we still talk to on a daily basis. So.
That is excellent. And I remember in high school, my wrestling coach was the probation officer, and the impact that he made knowing how to work with children that might have been on the fence of getting into trouble and not. You are making a difference, and I really thank you for that.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. D'Avilla. Mr. Lesser.
Well, Mr. Corporal 2, it is clear that you're thanking others for the support that you receive, but that's a sign of leadership, and it's very clear that you're providing a lot of support to the people around you, all those people that you speak about, the inmate population, but your peers and so forth, and that's really a great sign, and congratulations on this recognition. Thank you for the good work that you're doing for Talbot County.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corporal 2. And at this time, I want to come down there and present this myself.
Would the family please come up as well? If anybody who'd like to be in the photo? If it's up to him, he can decide who gets to be in it. Yeah. Yep.
Corporal 2, Chuck Callahan from the council, president of council. I can't thank you and your family enough for setting a precedent of what hard work is all about. Okay, and we really, really appreciate. You're an example of a person that is a leader, and that's what we love, and that's what Talbot County needs. Okay, and hopefully I never have to see you over there. My knee is scared. But we're so proud of you. And all kidding aside, we love you and your family and everything you do for Talbot County, because you are the unsung heroes over there. You guys really are. And I appreciate all you guys do all the hard work you're doing over there too. And you've got yourself a good leader here. And obviously, you've got a lot of people that think a lot of you and love you. So we're very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay? Yep.
So, Chuck.
Yep. Anybody else like to do it? Okay, what a great recognition, that's for sure. Really appreciate everything. Okay, let's move on to introducing some legislation. Madam Secretary, you want to read the title into the record?
A bill to amend Chapter 56 Electrical Standards of the Talbot County Code for the purposes of incorporating amendments to the Maryland Electricians Act, enacted by the Maryland General Assembly pursuant to Senate Bill 762, Chapter 708, Acts of 2021, and incorporating the National Electrical Code as updated from time to time as the minimum standard for electrical work in Talbot County, Maryland.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. Mr. Thomas, you want to go over that a little bit? You know, you've spent several months with the electrical board. I've been there a little bit. We've worked hard in trying to distinguish the language and stuff like that. And you've done a really good job with the electrical board. So you just want to do just a little brief summary on that for us?
Sure, thank you. So under Chapter 56, as is currently in place, the county's Board of Electrical Examiners issues various classes of electricians' licenses. There was a change in the state law in 2021, the Maryland Electricians Act, which now has where the state now issues licenses for certain classes of electricians, including master, as relevant to the county master electricians, which the local boards can still issue registrations and licenses for those which aren't already now being licensed by the state. So these changes were necessary to address that change in the state law, and I worked with Mr. Kleppinger and the other members of the board on this, and this bill, they've approved this bill and the changes therein.
Okay, that's great.
And then the other change regarding the National Electrical Code, it currently says the 2008 edition of the National Electrical Code as the adoption of standards, so it's just updated to the current edition, and that way it won't have to be, this bill won't have to be necessary every time those standards change.
Sure. Okay, well, good. Yeah, appreciate the good work. Okay, by a show of hands, to wish to introduce the legislation. Okay, Madam Secretary, could you announce the number and when the public hearing is going to be and the time, please?
Yes, this will be known as Bill Number 1499, and the public hearing will be scheduled for Tuesday, June 14th at 6:30 p.m.
Okay, sounds great. Okay. All right, we're moving on to eligible vote. Madam Secretary, could you go ahead and read 328 into the record, please?
We have another.
I'm sorry.
You want the next one under introduction. A bill to amend Chapter 60.
Ethics.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I looked farther down. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, the next bill.
A bill to amend Chapter 60, Ethics Provisions of the Talbot County Code for the purposes of incorporating amendments enacted by the Maryland General Assembly pursuant to House Bill 879, Chapter 31, Acts of 2017, House Bill 363, Chapter 252, Acts of 2021, and House Bill 1058, Chapter 425, Acts of 2021, and providing that the members of certain county boards, commissions, and committees shall be subject to Chapter 60 as non-elected officials.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. Once again, Mr. Thomas, you want to go ahead and give us a little brief on that?
Sure. So I received a letter from the attorney for the State Ethics Commission advising me of certain changes that needed to be made to the county's ethics code to comply with recent state law. There were also some changes in state law that were in 2017 that were supposed to be made to the county's ethics code that were never made for whatever reason. And this bill just simply enacts those.
Okay.
It also brings various boards and county boards and commissions and committees under the ethics code, including the police advisory board and the administrative charging committee, which are required under the state law regarding the police accountability to be subject to the ethics code. So it addresses that as well.
Okay, that sounds great. So once again, raise a hand for introduction. Okay, Madam Secretary, could you go ahead and announce the number of the bill and the date and the time?
This will be known as Bill Number 1500, and the public hearing will be held on Tuesday, June 14th at 6:30 p.m.
Okay, that's great. I was going to guess 1500. You know, it was. Okay. All right, now, Mr. Lesher, we're ready for an eligible vote. Okay. Madam Secretary, could you do 328 for us, please? Into the record.
Resolution number 328, a resolution to amend the Talbot County Comprehensive Water and Sewer Plan to revise Chapter 3 amendment procedures.
Okay.
Thank you. So
Yep.
in follow-up to our discussion at the last meeting, I prepared an amendment number 1 to Resolution 328. What the amendment does is simply provide that any comprehensive water and sewer plan amendments initiated by the county can be introduced by resolution on any legislative day. And it deletes the language about the applicability of the application procedures to the county. Following our last meeting, I met with Mr. Clark, and he advised me that the county is actually in the process of bidding out the work that's to comprehensively revise the plan. As part of that process, those amendment procedures are going to be, and application procedures are going to be addressed anyway.
Okay.
And that, I think, would actually be a good opportunity. We thought that would be the more appropriate time and just make this simply about getting rid of the quarterly introduction issue.
Okay, that's great.
If this is introduced, it will still need to go back to the Planning Commission for recommendation as required by state law. So it would be eligible for a vote presumably on June 14th if they hear it in their first meeting.
So would we just be introducing the amendment then and sending it to the Planning Commission, or would we be voting on the amendment?
Correct. It would just be an introduction of the amendment, and then the amendment would go to the Planning Commission for the recommendation, and then when it comes back, you can vote on the amendment. If it passes, then vote on the resolution as amended.
Well, I will sponsor the amendment if anybody cares to join me.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. It's good. Okay. All right. Is there anything else we have to on 328?
Just want to thank Mr. Thomas for being responsive to our request and to the reasonable concerns expressed by our municipal partners that I hope are adequately addressed with this amendment.
Ms. Price, you want to say you're good?
No, we're good.
Good.
Come back next time.
You're good? Okay. All right, that's good.
Okay, County Manager Report.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Council President,
Yep.
members of the council. Under the County Manager Report this evening, under board and committee appointments, we recommend your approval of, the first one is for the Adult Public Guardianship Review Board, requesting the appointment of Heather Howes from Channel Marker to that board.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote, please?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. DeVillio?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Price?
Aye.
Next item is for the golf board, requesting the reappointment of Ron Venner.
So moved.
Okay, we got
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote, please?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. DeVillio?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Price?
Aye.
Next item is the Social Services Board of Directors, requesting the reappointment of Sarah Cloxton, Brenda Wooden, and Rosalie Potter, and the appointment of Reverend Susan Browning, Sandy Brown, and Samantha Jeter to that board.
Also move.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. DeVillio?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Price?
Aye.
And the next item I have is requesting council approval. As you see in your agenda packet, requesting council to approve the replacement of a hot water heater at the Department of Corrections and to award the work to Electrical Automation Services Incorporated in the amount of $225,000. There are sufficient funds in the FY22 budget, and obviously this is not a household hot water heater.
Right.
This is a large unit that serves a large building, and it is in need of repair and replacement. So we did receive estimates from 2 companies, and this is the low bid and the most appropriate. So we're asking your approval on that. And Terry Kokolas is here if you have any specific questions, and if not, that is a request.
Okay. Okay, and do I have a motion seconded to go ahead and replace the water heater?
I'll move to approve.
Second?
Okay. We got a motion and second, Madam Secretary, to replace the water heater. Can you call the vote, please?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. DeVillio?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Price?
Aye.
And the next item I have is requesting council to declare May 17th, 2022 as a special legislative day.
Okay.
Also move.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second to next Tuesday, the 17th, to declare that a special legislative day. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote, please?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. DeVillio?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Price?
Aye.
And finally, the last item I have is, we began on good news, we'll end on good news
Okay.
with regard to the announcements. I would like to announce that Talbot County has been issued, or will be issued, a 2022 Achievement Award from the National Association of Counties for the following program: Creativity in County Government. Talbot County leverages resiliency strategy to address the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Councilmember Pack will be attending the event in Colorado, July 21st through 24th. And I'd just like to say, is I know you all are proud of our community. This recognition certainly allows us to peek into the underpinning of a community that cares. Leaders from all parts of our community came together to address needs to ensure that we address those new needs that they surfaced. Certainly, it's a proud moment for all of us to be recognized.
Yep, it sure is, Mr. Stamp. Okay.
And with that, that's all I have for the county manager report tonight. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Okay, next up is the public comment. If there's a list or anybody, yeah, anybody signed up? Anybody want to come up? Jess, you want to come up? Okay. All right. All right, then we're down to council comments. Ms. Price?
I just want to thank council for having Executive Director from MACO, Michael Sanderson, and I come and do a presentation to you, and for the conversation. Been running around the state, and 7 down and 17 to go, but we're making progress, and I appreciate your time and the conversation and discussion earlier this afternoon.
Great. That's great. We appreciate you. Mr. DeVillio.
I would just like to say I had a wonderful weekend here in Talbot County, and I'd like to thank the organizations who made it so nice. The Talbot County Home and Garden Tour, put on by the Talbot County Women's Garden Club. I believe I'm saying that correct. Put on it, had a great tour of some homes around the county. The Spees family at Triple Creek Winery, I'd like to thank them for a wonderful rodeo that went on for 2 days with guys, with people riding from all over the country to come here and ride in it. It was a lot of fun. It was a neat circuit that they have. It's a smaller circuit with the everybody, the contestants all being in the crowd, seeing everybody and socializing. It was a lot of fun for the farm kids, 4-H clubs, things like that. It was energizing for them, as well as Matthew Peters with the Multicultural Resource Center, the Multicultural Festival that unfortunately had to be moved from Idlewild into the middle school. I'm sure that took a lot to at the last minute to do that due to the rain, but it didn't hinder it at one bit. I think it maybe even a little bit better turnout because of it. But the food was fantastic. It was a lot of fun seeing people trying different foods. It was like a mini Epcot center in there without the beer. So that's middle school rule. But I would like to thank those organizations who put on great events that just bring everybody out. It was nice seeing a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a long time, and it meant a lot to me and my family getting to see those individuals. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. DeVillio. Mr. Lesher?
Nothing to add tonight.
Okay.
Actually, can I add
One
thing?
more. Yep, go ahead.
Well, we had
Go
our
ahead.
Talbot County Economic Development Business Award breakfast this past Friday, so don't want that to go by without that. Had some incredible award winners that have served this community, and our director, Cassandra Von Hooser, of course, did a phenomenal job putting all that together. It was over at the Gold Room of the Tidewater. It was a packed house, and it was just wonderful. So I want to thank her for putting that together, and also for all the people that put so much into it and were very deserving of those awards.
Okay. I'm stunned with all the positive energy. Is everybody stunned? Yeah. We love her. We love her. We love her. Yep. See,
Keep
we
typing,
can
keep
do
typing.
this right. We can do this right, So, all kidding aside, Miss Price is right. What a fantastic breakfast that was. And staff did such a great job, and Cassandra hit it out of the park. And it was great being there, all the business people, and that's really what makes Talbot County a phenomenal community and a tight community and a huge team. So I do appreciate it. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. It was a special night with all the recognition. That was special with the fire. That all worked out, and Corporal too. That's just a special moment for them, and we're very blessed to be part of that. So Mr. Lesher, you want to go ahead and wrap it up for us?
The County Council's next meeting will be held on Tuesday, May 17th, which has been declared a special legislative day beginning at 6:00 p.m. The council will be convening an open session at 4:30 p.m. and then adjourning into closed session to discuss real estate, legal, and personnel matters as listed on the statement for closing that meeting. Therefore, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting and reconvene as noted?
So moved. Second.
Okay, we got a fast.
Gotta be
Beat
quick
the
with
buzzer.
it.
That's what
Exactly.
we need. We need a buzzer for these
We
things.
do. All right, Madam Secretary, can you call the vote? Yep.
Mr. Callahan?
Yes.
Mr. DeVillio?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Price?
Aye.